ChatGPT just released an update today. Sam Altman tweeted, "We have greatly improved memory in ChatGPT. It can now reference all your past conversations. This is a surprisingly great feature, IMO, in my opinion. And it points at something we are excited about: AI systems that get to know you over your life and become extremely useful and personalized." Uh, I can't say that I didn't see this coming. Like, obviously, we've all been waiting for enhancements like this because it's very frustrating when you get into ChatGPT and you start using it, and halfway through a prompt or a conversation back and forth, it forgets what it said at the very beginning. Now, obviously, this takes an insane amount of computing power if you've got a billion people in the world who have conversations with ChatGPT multiple times daily for it to remember things. But there are also some things that are a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to talk about those. The other thing I want to talk about, you guys, today, and I can't emphasize this enough, is creating your own custom GPT for yourself, for your life. And this just makes it way more important. The sooner that you can do this, the sooner that you can have a sidekick in artificial intelligence, the sooner you can wrap your head around creating a custom GPT that knows what you know, thinks how you think, and can research for you and understand how you talk and understand the nuance of your language patterns, the more the more efficient, the more productive you are going to be. Uh, let's talk about the things that are a little bit nerve-wracking. Again, the future is writing itself right now. What I mean by that is 30 years ago, 1995, you could kind of predict what the world would look like in the next 10 years. I mean, the internet was really just kind of budding and things were moving really, really slow. But I mean, right now with artificial intelligence, things are moving at light speed. Things are developing at light speed. And I know Elon Musk shared this. I don't have anything to write on. I got a little bit. He shared this. Like, I'm all over the place because I'm amped about this. But I want to show this like growth curve, right? Technology has been on this growth curve that has realistically been very slow over the last 100 years, right? 1900 right here. Then we get to the internet right here. Now we're at artificial intelligence, and whoop. The reason that I'm kind of like freaking out and I get excited about this stuff, also like nervous sided. You know, these are things that I'm like pumped for because I love change, I love transformation, but everybody who doesn't like that should be maybe a little bit nervous and switch to getting excited about it. The thing that I am nervous about is that it's going to take a lot of mental power to stay on top of everything. And if we don't stay on top of everything, then what's ultimately going to happen is we are going to be controlled and manipulated by artificial intelligence. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, no, that's not going to happen. It could never happen. These are just large language models. I'm telling you right now, you combine a large language model with quantum computing, and we're not, I don't think we're far off from fake sentient life through technology. And the reason that I say that is because we can only do so much processing in our brain at any given time. And if we can teach an artificial intelligence through quantum computing, and we've seen this with like the Microsoft thingamabob that they're doing, where they're like, hey, we found another state of matter. It's not solid, it's not liquid, it's gas, it's this. And I can't remember exactly what it's called. But it allows us to do quantum computing and solve problems that would take an ordinary person or an ordinary computer 4 billion years to solve, and we can do it in minutes. That's getting to the point where we're like, listen, like if we give artificial intelligence access to this, and it can compute every possible scenario that could happen over the course of billions of years in a matter of moments, then we're entering dangerous territory. And I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Leave it in the comments. We're the people who believe what I'm believing. We're thinking the way that I'm thinking. So this is why I get kind of nervous about that growth curve, is because artificial intelligence plus quantum computing is going to allow us to solve problems at a much faster rate. And it's going to allow us to like in impossibly complex problems at a faster rate. And that's where I get a little bit of anxiety about it. And I know there are some people right now who are just like, nah, AI is just helping me with my job, and I'm only looking forward 6 months. I don't know why I did a southern accent there, but it's ignorant to think that way. And that's what it boils down to. If you're thinking that way, you're thinking like, yeah, this is great. For the next 6 months, I'm going to be doing this X, Y, Z, and I've learned how to use ChatGPT to do all of this. Trust me, 6 months is going to look completely different than it looks right now. We have our AI conference coming up in October. By the way, there's a link down in the description below if you're interested in attending that. Our AI conference, we have purposely not put out an agenda because everything that people want to teach right now is going to change dramatically in the next 6 months. Just with this update right here, Sam Altman's update, we've greatly improved memory in ChatGPT and now reference all your past conversations. Just with that update, everything is going to change because now ChatGPT knows you differently. It will interact with you differently. And I've already started to see some of this in some of the responses that I'm getting on some of my prompts. It's engaging me differently. And so everything's going to be changing faster. It's going to happen faster and faster and faster. Okay, so let's stop fear mongering, Scott. Sorry, guys, I got to get it out there. This is my 2 cents. It's a prediction that I have, and I'm positive that we're getting closer and closer and closer to that outcome. Here is opportunity. So I've been talking a lot about ChatGPT, custom GPTs. My custom GPT that I have trained to think like me in terms of content strategy is genius, and it has allowed us to scale our business uh, with less work. Right now, I hope my team's not listening to this. Uh, no, I'm just kidding. It's totally fine. Right now, work every day. I spend probably 90 minutes work. And then I have a couple meetings, but like where I have to use my brain and I have to like drag and drop things from place to place, I probably spend 90 minutes. You know, we're doing over $1 million a year in this business, and I spend like 90 minutes a day working in it. Now, if I were to only spend 90 minutes and not proactively doing marketing and sales and closing and some of these other things that I get kind of thrown into, or things that I'm doing because I want to scale the business, then I don't know how long that would last. I don't know, if it would last 90 minutes, but as of right now, because of the custom GPT that I've built for content strategy, I don't have to work the 10 hours that I had to work 3 years ago in order to get 75% of what I can get done in 90 minutes. Like craziness, craziness. If you guys don't have a custom GPT, oh, and real quick, our custom GPT, it's a content strategist, it's a YouTube content strategist. I've trained it to think like me, and it's producing videos that are getting that are going crazy. I shared a screenshot the other day on my Facebook, and like one of our recent videos that we produced using the GPT, 50 some thousand views. And I mean, on a channel that typically gets like 1 to 3,000 views, this one got 50,000. It's producing exactly what I need it to produce. And what's really, really cool about that is the more data that I can feed it, the more it's just going to get more and more successful. So I can't emphasize this enough. Like whatever business you're in, even if you're not in a business, start working with a custom GPT, start building a custom GPT to think like you, to help duplicate and solve problems that like you. Because if you do that, then you can be more efficient, more uh, more productive, and And yeah, so anyway, this is my 2 cents for the day. There's not really a whole lot that's else that I need to share about this, but I just want you guys to understand, like, if you're not plugged into AI, you got to get plugged into it as soon as possible, and start working on custom GPT. Start building it out for yourself. Follow Sam Altman on X because he's dropping stuff, and get on ChatGPT because things are about to get crazy insane. I would say in the next year we're going to see some really fascinating and technological advances. I mean, we already are, but even more as AI and quantum computing merge, and as these quantum chips start to hit full production. Like we're going to see some wild stuff. And I'm a sci-fi guy, and I'm just like, hey, listen, build me a build me a teleportation device so I can just jump in and go over to France or wherever. Come on, quantum computer, artificial intelligence, you got this. All right, you guys. So hopefully that didn't freak you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I want to hear from the guys. Listen, I want to hear from you guys if you're feeling like me and you're like nervous-sided for it, and I want to hear from guys who don't think that I'm right. Challenge me. I want to hear what you guys have to say too, and I want to hear your reasoning. Leave it in the comments, because I sometimes I like to be wrong because I like to learn. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.